Help support our coverage using Blueberry, the community that gives creators the ability to make money, get detailed audience measurements, and host their audio and video. Get 30 days to try out the service using promo code Blueberry004. That's BLUBRRY004.
So I guess we should probably go over the product reviews. We talked about Don's a little bit. Do you want to start with that?
I'll let you do it. You've got more background on it.
It's Vaspa. Is that the company's name?
Vasco.
Vasco. Yeah. So Vasco, it's a translation device. Very small, $348. About the same length as a cell phone, but maybe half as wide. Comes with a lifetime internet connection worldwide.
Wow.
I asked how he possibly could do that because most of those plans are $5, $6, $7 a month to kind of get those. He says they just bought in bulk and were able to do it. So $348 on that. You can speak into it. Shows the translated text, 76 languages. There's another company that does translation stuff here. Not as many languages. It's not as. I think just having the device is key. There's other things. There's other translation stuff where you stick something in your ear
like
and then it translates, and you have to show the. There's none of these devices are at a point where it's true two-way yet.
Yep. But we're getting there.
Close.
Yeah.
Getting close. So that was Don's pick. Don Baine, the Gadget professor.
Yeah. You want me to do mine?
Sure.
All right. So ours was a company called VoltSafe, and you and I have talked a couple times that the thing that I've found most interesting about the show this year has been standards. We've got, SkyX over here and, the new Qi 2 standard and Key and all that stuff.
That's true. A lot of standards here this year.
But for me, VoltSafe was the standard. It is an upgrade to the regular electrical outlets that go on your wall, and it's magnetic. It's 3 concentric circles in 3 segments. It's completely safe. You could lick it and you won't get any electricity, so you don't have to worry about kids putting a key or a fork into an electrical outlet. You don't have to deal with a polarized plug for alternating current, which was a stupid idea. You just put it on, however you put it on, and it works. First thing I did was I took the outlet and I put it upside down and I held it, and it held. It did finally fall because it's not intended to hold weight, but it did, and a pretty significant amount. And you can spin the outlet all the way around. It doesn't matter which way. So imagine a surge protector because, one plug plugs in like this, and one plug plugs in like this, and one goes in like this.
Right.
Just put it in, spin it whatever direction you need. It's not just a 90 degree, it's a full all the way.
That's cool.
But each outlet has sensing in it. So it can tell what device is plugged in, what type of device. Is it a TV? Is it a washing machine? Whatever. And it can then track by outlet and by product category how much electricity you're using in your house. And it'll take all of the outlets and give you a graph and say TVs are using this, and your appliances are using this, and this particular appliance is using this much.
It's
this
watt-pad on every single plug.
Wow.
Yeah, but it's also not just that, but it's also kilowatt because it's also got protections and the ability to turn off. It is super cool. They're going to roll it out in phases. Right now, there's a retrofit. You just literally snap it on. You take your decorative plate off, you snap it on, put 2 screws in, and you're done. And then there's little adapters that go on the end of your things.
What's the price on that?
I don't think he gave me a price yet because they're not quite there. They're going to announce a price probably next quarter, I think.
So that's,
But it's super cool.
If you think about all the transformers plugged in, I can think right now at my house there's probably 10.
Mm-hmm.
And some of them need to be on, but some of them don't. So, are we smart enough now to shut those ports off and turn those wall warts off?
Exactly. And, with time, I imagine they'd be able to get to the point where it's like Qi, where, it knows that something's happening, it's giving just enough to receive a power on, and then it turns on, it gives full power.
Right.
But, I mean, it's a cool standard. It's got lots of capabilities. And, he told me, right now it's all retrofit.
Yep.
I said, I think the next phase should be give me a computer power cable, a a figure 8 power cable and a Mickey Mouse power cable, all with your plug on the end? And he said, absolutely, that's the next step. And then a surge protector. Give me a surge protector with all your plugs,
yep.
and we're going to be in business.
Awesome. What's the company's name again?
VoltSafe.
VoltSafe.
Yep.
All right.
And they have teamed up with some building organizations to be prepared for past retrofit,
right.
for building it into the walls in the future. So we
got
to get adoption.
Yep. So this year I'm going to go with Pivo. And here's the interesting
right
thing.
There?
Yeah, they're back there. This product's actually been out a little bit, but they got a new product for iPads this year. But what I saw at this show was a lot of stuff I see at NAB.
Mm-hmm.
I saw lights. I saw microphones. I saw stands. And I'm thinking, why? Well, TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a whole
consumer content creators,
whole line of product here for consumer content creators, the folks that do TikTok. Stuff we will see at NAB. They're going to be at NAB, but they're here. And it's just like when I walked in the Sony booth, I saw, what's this? You know, and it says, we're going to show consumers can start here and move around to become pro. Well, the folks,
that's a good flow.
The folks over there at Pivo, it's simple. I mean, this is not rocket science, but what they've done is they have just a little device. It mounts on it could be just a stand, something that you put a camera on, tripod or whatever, and then you put your phone on top of it. And there's a companion app that when you turn the camera on, it tracks your face. And you can walk around, it will follow you around. I backed out like 25 feet. Mm-hmm. And walked, and that camera stayed right with me the whole time. And you can do some hand gestures like zoom in on me. They've even got commands to be able to get it to start recording and that type of stuff, so you don't have to run the record the entire time.
Nice.
But there were some functions that he says that are like additional stuff that blew me away. It's got a 360 thing. So, okay, taking 360 pictures, that's not rocket science. You just do a 360. But they have software that comes along with it free that you can do this in each room. So if a realtor wants to take 360 pictures in each room, and it stitches it together so that you can actually virtually walk through the room with multiple tie-ins of these images that the Pivo created.
The camera that they usually use for that, for realtors, is stupid expensive.
He's using an iPhone. Show me how to use
Amazing.
it with an iPhone. So they have an iPhone and Android app. I think they have a kit, about $140 or something like that. But for me, I'm thinking about function this year. I was solo going on the floor. Mm-hmm. So if I'd have had that, I could have set this outside of the booth, walked in. I still could have put the GoPro on top because they have an adapter. And I could have just walked through a booth and talked with a guy, and if we moved, the camera would have moved like a cameraman. And so now that's probably what I'll use for when I go and do booth interviews. And I'm not, you're worried about staying in a shot, right? Well, if you back up 4 or 5 feet and you have somebody beside you and the camera's tracking on you, you're going to be okay.
That's nice.
So I think, it's a function buy for me, and they do have a new product for iPads. So the product that I showed on the demo was using just an iPhone, but they do Androids too. But the new product will hold an iPad.
Nice.
To do it too. So that was my pick.
Very cool.
Marlo, what did you find?
Well, I've spent a lot of time in artificial intelligence this year, but it's not my pick. So, but I have about a half a dozen that would probably be a runner-up, and I do believe that 2023 is the year of disruption as far as our artificial intelligence goes. It's just stunning what's coming out right now. I mean, everything it's like even your toaster has artificial intelligence
mm-hmm.
now. It's just crazy. Everything is building it in. But Psionic is my pick, and it's the robotic arm or the hand from yesterday. I did an interview with them yesterday. I had the honor of, well, in fact, last year when we were on the stage for National Technology Day, they did that demonstration with the Dan, who has partial limb, and then he has a psionic hand, right? And, you know, of course, he broke the wood with this thing. It's like the $6 million man type of scenario, right? And what's amazing about this is that he thinks and it does. That's what just is so incredible to me, is that he can actually think to move that hand, to pick up a microphone, you know, to pick up a piece of paper. You know, and he's so used to using it. Last year, I could tell he was not quite used to it yet. And I was watching him this year as he's just like everybody else. To me, that's just incredible. And the advancement that they had, that they've made, is that now they map like a hand. So, and they have this other hand on the other side of this. Did you see this? It's incredible.
Yes.
So they could send this hand to the moon or to Mars or whatever, right?
Wow.
Put it on something, and then from here, you put your hand in front of the screen, it maps your screen, and when you go like this, that hand on the other side closes.
Yeah, I saw that.
You can count, you could do whatever. You know, we were just playing with it with a thumbs up and a peace sign or whatever. But the implications of this are pretty significant.
Yeah.
Both NASA and Amazon have bought, or they're buying into this technology. They've put orders in with them for reasons of warehousing. They're putting them on robots to help with warehousing.
Sure.
And NASA's going to use them on remote missions. It's pretty amazing.
It is amazing.
And on top of it, he now has...
but wait.
Yeah, there's even more. So the next ones, and this might sound a little... But the next one goes into the bone.
Oh.
And attaches to nerves. And it sounds like they already have it ready to go, but they're doing some type of fundraising drive or something on their website now to help with the financing of that.
I'm sure there's FDA stuff that goes along with that.
I'm sure there's all kinds of amazing stuff. Not that he's not there already, but it's just that it's not going to be an over-the-arm, you know, because right now the device is it slips on over the limb, I should say, right? And then you wear it this way. This one now will actually be permanently attached.
Well, I'm sure they'll have some sort of joining mechanism.
Yeah.
So they can take it off and repair it.
Oh, probably, yes.
Yeah.
But it's just stunning to me. And I love any tech that makes everybody equal. I mean, I interviewed, well, they were on yesterday too, and we talked to them this morning, the eyeglasses, or the sunglasses, I should say, for the blind. You know, they have those, and it just vibrates on the temples. And so if you're about ready to hit something, it'll tell you, and then you move your head one way or the other. It's just stunning technology. All this stuff has AI built into it. And
yeah, that was that company from Switzerland.
Yes, that's correct. So anyway, Psionic is my pick because I think the ramifications of what that company is doing is going to be profound. So, yeah.
Kirk, my executive producer, has been wandering around too. I don't know what he picked. What did he pick, Scott?
I do. He picked Wowie.
Wowie.
Yeah. So you might know Wowie from the Roboraptors.
Okay.
And the Robo Sapiens of the past. But we are now many generations past that, and they have a product called the Dogee, D-O-G-E-E, because they're Wowie. And it is a little robotic dog. Think the Sony one, right? That was like $800,000. Obviously hyperbole, but you know, it was ridiculously expensive. And this gets us back to the conversation we had a little while ago about Twinkly. This thing does everything that did, plus a whole lot more. And when Don was asked to guess the price, Don said $79.99. Well, he said $79.95, and the guy went, "Yep."
Whoa.
Wow.
It's really cool, and so I think it was you last year, the Kono show, the spinning fan blade.
Oh yes, yeah.
Holographic thing. It's got one on its tail.
By the way, didn't see them here this year.
That's funny. No.
Well, I guess that's our picks. We got them all.
Is.
We do.